Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video, I want to talk about my top 10 picks for the best arena champions in this game, alright? Actually, I think the last time I did a top 10 arena champions in Racial Legends was March of 2021. So it was like a year ago. So I'm gonna make a video today talking about my top 10 picks. Let's see if it's gonna be the same compared to last year. First, let me show you guys what I picked last year. So alright, this was one of my video. I made this video in March of 2021, alright? So let's take a look at the list. I put Warlord number 1. Well, these are very identical. The only thing I think is not gonna be on my list today is gonna be Ursuga. I think after Stone Skin was released, Ursuga is a little bit out of the meta because Stone Skin Necro is just so good. And there was an honorable mention here. So the honorable mention was Tronda and Madame, because I feel like Tronda is like a damage dealer, and I think damage dealer can be replaced. I will talk about it later in this video. And anyways, another fun image I want to show you guys. This was the screenshot from last reset, not this one, but the last reset. And well, the first disclaimer before going to the actual tier list is this list only applies to you if you're in at least gold 4, alright? If you're in gold 3 or silver or bronze, the list is completely different. You have to be in gold 4 or above, and you have to care about arena, alright? Otherwise, you just put a one-man defense there and not care about it, and this list doesn't really mean anything to you. So let's take a look at people's defense here, right? The image quality is not that good, but like, if you guys just take a look at it, like a lot of people are actually using Mithrala. That's why I said like this is a free champion and it's actually top tier and viable in Platinum Arena. Like I think this is probably the best free champion player ever released, and it's actually not that hard to acquire. Right? Even if you can only do easy or hard mode Hydra, you can still get her in like 3-4 months. Right? And like Mithrala is just so good, and then it's Kendrophon. Like I feel like if you take a look at the list, like I would say like only 60% of people are using Warlord. If you take a look at the top 5, the 1 to 4, they are not using Warlord at all. They are using like Rhodos or Kendrophon as their damage dealer, right? So I feel like you don't have to have a Warlord to have a great defense, you know? Like, and I only see one Yumiko here because that's still a new champion. So Yumiko is probably not gonna be on my tier list this time because I just feel like it's such a new champion and people are not using her. So Hedgie is still there, and yeah, Withier are a very amazing champion. Yeah, that's about it. Anyways, let me show you guys my actual tier list. This time I'm going to split the list into offense and defense because I feel like well, I read comments where people say like you should really split it up because the champion you need to have a good offense team and good defense team are completely different. I think it's true. So in this time I'm going to split up the list to be offense and defense. The list on the left is gonna be all arena offense, and the list on the right is gonna be arena defense. So let me go through these champions quickly with you guys. Well, there are a couple differences, alright? For arena offense, I think the Warlord is absolutely the best, alright? I don't remember like which champion I put as number 1 last time. Well, it's still Warlord. Like, I feel like Warlord on offense is just ridiculously good. You don't have to worry about Stone Skin at all. Like, Stone Skin Warlord on defense has been a lot of people's nightmare. But if you just bring your own Warlord into offense, you just put their skill to cooldown first, then you just don't have to worry about it, right? That's why like using Warlord on your arena offense team, it might not be a 10-second win, but it should be a very consistent win, alright? I think the best way, I think the defense team that can kind of counter Warlord offense team is gonna be the Rhodos team, because Rhodos cooldown is so short. His A2 has like 2 turns cooldown. If Rhodos A1 and get an extra turn, then Rhodos A2 is available. So I feel like if you have a strong enough Rhodos, it could be a solution to the Warlord offense. And for the number 2 spot, it's gonna be Kymar. Well, everybody knows about Kymar, ridiculously good champion, and I think we just had a Kymar 20x. How long ago? Probably a month ago. I pulled like 900 shards and I got no Kymar. So yeah, I just have very bad luck with 10x. But Kymar is like everybody's favorite, like super universal in arena offense, especially when you are using those traditional damage dealing champions where you like damage the enemy team and their swift parry procs, and you can refresh it and nuke again, right? And personally, I don't use Kymar a lot because I use Leorist as my damage dealer, and Leorist has 2 AoE skills, so I don't really have to reset his cooldown. But anyways, this champion is just amazing good. And also the speed aura, like I feel like without the speed aura, this champion is still gonna be the number 2. And like this is, I feel like this champion is just overpowered, similar to Warlord, alright? Anyways, and the next one's gonna be Sifi. I think the only reason I put Sifi as number 3 in arena offense is because his usage with Rhodos, alright? Rhodos is ridiculous. Like Rhodos is the solution to arena offense, I will say. Sifi Rhodos, the most consistent team in arena offense, without a question. The fight might not be 10 seconds, but if it takes you 1 minute, 2 minutes, there's just 100% chance you're gonna win the fight, because eventually this is gonna block revive eventually, right? So if you just take them down and keep them dead, you're gonna win the fight. So, and also like Sifi has a broken A1, which is guaranteed sleep. A lot of people are saying players should nerf this. People are being saying this for like over 2 years, and I think this is broken, but it's unrealistic that to have Plarian nerf this, because this is like a signature move for Sifi. And I think what Plarian should do to Sifi is nerf this passive. Like I really hate this 40% chance to remove freeze and fear from all allies. I think this passive just makes freeze meta not usable. So if Plarian actually remove this passive, I think it's gonna make Yakaro relevant to the game. Yakaro just recently being buffed by the new patch, right? But I feel like Sifi, this passive, the chance of removing freeze is just so annoying. I know a lot of people might just forgotten about this, but this passive is just super annoying. If you want to try a freeze champion in arena offense, like Sifi just randomly removes it. It just makes no sense. Alright, the next one is gonna be Romantu, another free champion, alright? I think Romantu, I think he is just as good as Mithrala. Probably a little bit better than Mithrala, I don't know. Like, when this champion was first released, I know a lot of people criticizing him for not being good enough, but if you actually try him in real action, like he is just god tier. Think about all those OP passive in arena. Duchess passive, really OP, right? And Necros passive and Ursuga's passive, like this should be a 5 out of 5 on arena offense for sure. And not more than that, he has a accuracy aura. So after people get this champion, less and less people are using increased accuracy buff, right? Back then, like increased accuracy was so popular, but after you get Romantu, all you need to do is just put Romantu as lead, and that's it. Like 80 accuracy should be enough to cancel out the resistance aura. All right, so get this champion. Just build this champion similar to a Madame Series, and he'll do the job. But I feel like this is not a defense champion, but he's good enough, alright? And the A2 is really good, and the AoE True Fear and all these type of debuffs. And yeah, overall this is a 5 out of 5 champion for arena offense. And alright, let's go to the next one. Next one is gonna be Rhodos. I think I just talked about Rhodos, the best damage dealing champion in arena. Alright, you might not feel this champion's power if you're in lower tier, because in lower tier you can just use an AoE damage dealer and one-shot enemies entire team. But once you progress into the late game, you're gonna feel that enemy teams are getting tankier and tankier. Like, I know like some other content creators, they have a plus Tronda, they can still destroy everything, but as 99.9% of raid players, they don't have like a plus 4 Tronda. So the best solution is you take them down one by one. Even if it's a baseline Rotos, it's still gonna be fine. You just take them down one by one. It's not gonna be a 10-second fight. Let it be 1 minute or 2 minutes, right? You just, like, if you're in goal 4, you just go into the fight and you click auto, and after like a minute you come back and you win the fight. That's basically it with Rotos, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Like, I think the only way to counter Rotos is you bring a Tronda defense. But I mean, if I see someone that use Tronda on their defense, I'm just not gonna use Rotos. You know, so there's really not a consistent way of stopping Rotos, to be honest. Alright, the next is gonna be Necrit. So for Necrit, I think after Stone Skin was released, he is #1 defensive champion in the entire game. And after Stone Skin was released, Ursuka just out of the meta. I feel like if you put Necrit on Stone Skin, the champion that he protects is gonna guarantee survive for like at least 3 turns. Alright, let me show you guys my Necrit's gear. I do have a empowered Necrit, and I feel like with this build, this Necrit is basically invincible. Let me show you guys stats. Let me move myself out of the way. So if I give him enough resistance, I'm gonna put a resistance lead here. So it's gonna be very difficult for people trying to strip his buffs, right? He's gonna have 800 plus resistance, and even if the enemy has enough accuracy, Stone Skin is still 50-50, right? So the target, so the ally he protects, it's gonna be alive for sure. So like I said, it might sound difficult, but if you just bring in a Warlord on your offense team, you just put their skill cooldown, and that's it, right? So Warlord is still the solution to a lot of defense team. But I feel like Necrit is just amazing. And then next one is gonna be Hegemon. I think Hegemon in arena offense is still very good, especially if you want to going against those speed teams versus Hegi. So like what you can do is just open with A1, you go into the fight, you use Eagle Eye Mastery, and you A1 them. But the way I use Hegi is actually I go into the fight and I A2 them. I don't care. Like, I'm just gonna take my chances with a block skill cooldown, and I'm gonna put my Hegi in a provoke set, taunting set, and I'm just gonna take my chances with the CC debuff and open with A2. That's what I usually do with Hegi, and yeah, usually it's gonna lock the enemy out. All right, and it's just really good pairing with the CV Rolos offense team. So the next is gonna be Arbiter. Well, I think, well, this is another free champion, right? Everybody can get, and recently Plarium just released some skin for this champion. All right, so I'm probably not gonna spend any real money to get this skin. I'm gonna buy the clan shop skin for sure, and like, this is a champion that everybody can get, and if people don't put her on top 10 for arena offense, people are kind of take her for granted. All right, so in a lot of, at least my offense team, I just cannot do it without Arbiter. Like, this champion is so essential for my offense team setup. This is the best attack up ability in the game, probably. Attack up and speed boost. Like, this is just unique. There are no other champion that can do this. This is just unique skill. So yeah, this is an old school champion, but still on a top tier level. Alright, the next one is gonna be Duchess. Usually Duchess on an arena offense team, it's gonna be like a go second team. Like, if you want to build a Duchess exclusively for arena offense, the best build for Duchess is gonna be in a shield set. So you're gonna have no trouble going against those type of nuking Hegemon. You're gonna build Duchess with high speed and a shield set. So like, all you really need is block debuff and attack up. That's about it. And I think there is a cheaper option you can go with. That is Brogni. Brogni Arena Offense works exactly the same, and this actually has a 1 turn shorter cooldown, and the passive has reflect damage. So when I use my shield Brogni into your offense team with my Go Second team, right? My Brogni just reflect the damage and one shot the enemy's Hagi, because Hagi just kill himself if that's a nuking Hagi. So if you want to build a Duchess, you should put gear like this: a shield set, push high HP, and decent speed. And so yeah, that's basically it. So for the last place, I gave it to damage dealers. I put 2 champions there because I think these 2 are the best ones for AoE damage dealer. That is Leoris. We just had a 10x last weekend. I think Leoris is better than Tronda, but obviously other people use Tronda as well. So Tronda, like, nothing really need to be said about this champion. All right, classical damage dealer, hits super hard. I think Plarion should just change this skill, the A3, into hit 2 times. Like, there's no reason that people have to not build accuracy on this champion in order to have this skill hit twice. So Plarion just make this skill hit twice and be done with it. All right. So yeah, the reason I rank damage dealers that low is because I feel like damage dealers are not unique. They can be replaced. If you don't have a Tronda, just go with a Foley, right? Just go with a Constantine, maybe another great damage dealer. I mean, it can be replaced, but these 2 are the best ones. Then I have an honorable mention, but I'm serious. Right? I think this champion is still there. It's still on the top level, but obviously not as good as she used to be, for sure, because, well, I feel like if you're in Go 4, Madame is probably still better than Romantu, because in Go 4 or lower, there are not that many champions with crazy passive, so you can still use Madame. But let's say if you're facing an Ursuga team, I feel like blocking Ursuga's passive could be better than a decreased defense, to be honest. So yeah, that's why I put Madame in as an honorable mention for the offense tier list. So now let's see like what difference there is for the defense tier list. For defense, Duchess is number 1 for sure. Let's see how many Duchess are there. 1, 2. Like, alright, pretty much, like, the number of Duchess here is more than any other champion, just for sure. Maybe not everyone's using Duchess, but like, one thing I can guarantee you is I just did the math. The number of Duchess is more than number of Warlord, alright? So that's why I gotta give Duchess the number 1 champion for arena defense. Alright, then the number 2 is Warlord. Nothing really to be said. You just put enemies to cooldown. And number 3 is Candy Phone. This champion is not on the offense tier list, but on the defense tier list. This champion is so good. If you see all these type of defense that doesn't have a Warlord, 99% chance they're gonna have a Candy Phone there. Especially after the Empower system came out, like the champion type that benefits the most from the empowering system is damage dealers. So we're gonna see like those +3, +4 Kendra phones absolutely destroy a lot of offense team. It's so annoying, Kendra phone. The only reason this champion is not good in arena offense is because of Duchess. Like I said in my previous video, Duchess just single-handedly make every force affinity damage dealer not viable. So that's why I feel like Plarion should seriously consider moving Duchess into void affinity. That's why Duchess is gonna stay the same, but at least force affinity damage dealers are gonna be viable in arena offense. Alright, then next one is Hegi. Like Hegemon in arena defense, the main usage of Hegemon is gonna be forcing the enemy team to use immunity set. But personally, I don't think this champion is that big of a deal. Like I think after Necro was released, the requirement of immunity set is not that urgent. So, but seems like people still are very favoring this champion. Like top level people are still favoring this champion on their defense. So I guess it's a good option. But personally, I haven't used Hegi on my defense for at least a month. Alright. So the next one is gonna be people's champion Mithrala. Like I said, this is probably one of my favorite champion in the game. Looks so cool, and it's a free champion. It's not that hard to get. Even if you're a super early mid game player, you should get this champion within 4 months playing this game, as long as you do easy Hydra, alright? And the reason this champion is so good is just this champion cannot be debuffed. That's how simple it is. She cannot be debuffed, and you have to gear her in a immunity set or untouchable set. Otherwise, people on their offense team, they're gonna use a CV and just A1 you. You guys know what I mean? They just A1 you. You can't do anything. So I feel like this champion with an immunity set is still necessary. Let me show you guys my Mithrala here. Like, after I put this champion on my defense, people just don't know how to deal with it, right? Look at this stats, very high HP and around 1100 resistance. Like, I want to push this champion's resistance to 1200. So even people with increased accuracy won't be able to place debuff on her. That's what I want with this champion. Well, maybe after I get another blind seer. Alright, so anyways, let's go to the next one. Well, Necrit is so great. Necrit again, nothing really to be said. Stone Skin Necrit is a lot of people's nightmare. Alright, then it's gonna be Sifi. Well, Sifi with Rodos arena defense, and Sifi is crazy passive. And Sifi is actually the one champion that Romantu cannot counter, because putting Sifi's passive to cooldown doesn't really mean anything, right? And yeah, I think this is just amazing champion. A lot of people underestimate this passive. Like, this 10% heal per turn is actually amazing. With some mastery, this could be like a 15% heal per turn. Don't underestimate this passive. If you're unable to one-shot a Sifi defense, they're gonna heal back very fast. Alright, then next one is gonna be Kaimar. I feel like Kaimar is an amazing champion, but I feel like all the Kaimar defense I've encountered, they're not that hard, so they can still be dealt with, especially with Sifi and Rodos, because Rodos cannot be debuffed, right? So I feel like the Kaimar defense team can still be countered. That's why I put Kaimar as only number 8 on my defense tier list. Alright, the next one is gonna be Withier. I think not long ago, Withier just got a guaranteed Withier event with 15 Sacred Shards. I think people should definitely win for it, alright? So this is just the best healing in the entire game. Like, after this champion was released, if you compare this champion to Bad Owl, it just feel like this champion is better than Bad Owl, for sure, because this champion, her healings does not require your ally to take a turn. Look at this, just heals all ally 30% of this champion's max HP. You just build this champion fast, and she's gonna heal your team. And if you put this champion with Ursuga or Necrit on your defense, they don't need to take a turn. They're gonna get healings, alright? That's why this champion is just so popular nowadays. Also the cleanse on the A3, right? Alright, the last one is gonna be Rodos. Well, Rodos, I think Rodos is still really good in arena offense. Like, I literally cannot believe how broken Rodos was before the nerf, because before the nerf, Rodos A3 was instant block revive. Like, if I just think about this nowadays, it's just unimaginable, right? If the AI setting was existed back in the days, because when Rodos was not nerfed, we cannot set AI, and the Rodos is always gonna open with A2. That's the issue with Rodos defense back in the days. But I feel like if Rodos back in the days always open with A3, it's gonna be ridiculous. So, but anyways, this is still a solid champion nowadays, but one way to deal with Rodos defense is you bring a Necrit or some type of a tanky champion, because Rodos is always gonna target the ally that has the lowest max HP, right? So it still can be dealt with, but I've seen a significantly increased number of Rodos nowadays after Mithrala was released, because Mithrala can give Rodos a attack up on the defense team, which is very critical. Alright, the last one I put a honorable mention, that is Cardio, alright? I think Cardio, well, the coolest looking champion in the entire game, right? This champion has its place in arena. Well, not super popular, but in certain situations, it could be a tricky defense. If you see Cardio, right? Especially Cardio pairing with a Sifi, Warlord, champion like that. Like this champion is really good. Like this is 3 turns cooldown revive on death. If you build this champion fast enough, this champion is gonna be really annoying. So this champion deserves a honorable mention on my defense tier list. And yeah, I guess that's about it. So hopefully I made this video straightforward. Like all the picks in this video, I think it makes sense, right? It just kind of show you guys what the meta looks like nowadays. And I think it's really good to see like pretty much all the new free champions are on the list. Like Ramantu, Mithrala, like everybody can get these champions and they're actually amazing. Ramantu number 4 on the offense tier list and Mithrala number 5 on the defense tier list. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. And if you disagree, let me know in the comments below, alright? And otherwise, I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye!